When we got married in 1990, we did not have a very big plan for our family. Ang plano lang namin is to raise our children well and provide for them and retire in our home. After we got married, nag-decide kami na to rent a small room for us para ma-experience namin yung uh, nakaseparate na from our respective families. In-invite kami ng aming landlady to join the seminar. So out of fear na baka kung hindi kami umattend,
Palayas.
hindi na ma-renew yung aming contract. And so we just attended the Christian Life program, and we did not know then na it will be for 13 weeks. By God's grace, we just continued to attend and we had a perfect attendance. Yung aming naging facilitator during our CLP, they were very active, no, and passionate to pastor us. When we moved to Cavite from Quezon City, we only had our son, yung eldest namin, si David. In the following years, dumating na rin yung mga sumunod pa namin tatlong anak. Si Jonathan, si Mary Elizabeth, and Maria Cristina. There are many occasions when we have to bring our own children sa service kasi we didn't have a nanny.
May mga times na pag wala si mama, apat sila, dala-dala namin. Sakay ng tricycle, sakay ng bus, sakay ng public transport. But with God's grace, everything went well. Mas maganda yon na kasama yung mga bata sa lahat ng activities. Kahit na sa chapter assembly, sa prayer household meetings, at teachings. Minsan challenging kasi kung maraming maliliit na bata, but we have seen na how they have grown and how they have loved the Lord because of that.
And so, from 1996, we decided na it will be best Lourdes will stay at home and I will continue the work. It was still well and good until the Asian financial crisis struck in 1997, no? Nag-offer ang company ko ng early retirement. And we prayed about it and we have decided na maybe it will be good that I will avail of the early retirement and try to look for other opportunities. After I left my former company, I tried applying locally sa Pilipinas, no? Pero wala akong makuhang job. And so, I asked my wife, Lourdes, kung pwede ako mag-try sa abroad.
Ayoko pumayag. Galit na galit ako that time. Actually, naaway ko si Lord that time. May iiwan kami. Magkakahiwa-hiwalay kami family. And yet, you have called us to CFC. And we are serving you as a family. Those are my questions. And nagkaroon ako ng battle with the Lord on that. And finally, I surrendered. Sabi ko, okay Lord, wala man sa plano namin, let your will be done.
By God's grace, I was able to pass an interview. By May 2000, the year 2000, I landed in this fearless country where there is the restrictions and the public profession of practice of faith is not allowed. Because I know the restrictions na pag nahuli ka, you will be deported, and your benefits will be forfeited. So I thought, hindi pa nga kami nakakabayad ng utang, ba't man ako magpapahuli? No? But the Spirit is really prompting us to do something about it. No? And when the Spirit calls, you cannot resist. And He brought one of the leaders in that region to our region. And we were invited to join the core team to open the
Of his
CLT.
household.
And so the community grew and grew. No? Lumaki siya ng lumaki. And we thought then this is already God's plan for us, no? To settle in this country,
Magtatagal na
just
tayo
continue to
doon.
raise our children, and maybe retire from that country. But on my fifth year, something happened in our company.
And the news came right after our MEC. Pagdating po namin galing MEC, may calls si Bal sa kanyang phone. And biglang siyang sinabihan na kailangan na siya nung dati niyang boss dito sa UAE. Na kailangan by Christmas, makalapag siya sa UAE. So, wala sa plano, wala sa hinagap, but we have to leave that country. Me and our children will need to go back to the Philippines, and Bal will need to go to the UAE.
I came here in the UAE. I told the Lord that this is the great gift that has come from you. And here in the UAE, we were given, no, by God's grace, opportunities to serve more. We were given a chance to serve in Bangladesh, in Egypt, in Eritrea, and Lesotho, and other countries in the Middle East region. And these are all not in accordance to our plan, but only God's plan. We did not plan for all of this. And we just accepted what was given to us by our leaders. So everything was going good. No? And our children are going back to the Philippines one after the other to
Our
study
service.
college. However, in 2014, tragedy struck. In 2014, nawalan ako ng trabaho. It was the result of downsizing sa company because the price of oil was not doing well. All our children are already in college. Plus, we were paying mga bank loans, credit card, here and in the Philippines. Because when I lost my job, it was totally unexpected. I was still in the beginning of a new loan that I got from the bank. Kaya all in all, our total loan has reached around 8 to 10 million pesos, including our existing housing loan sa Pilipinas.
Hindi namin alam kung paano siya babayaran, but even though it was not planned, we still continue to go back to UAE after the anniversary. Not knowing paano siya babayaran, paano matutugunan lahat ng pangangailangan. At the same time, the possibility na makulong si Bal dahil nga hindi kami makabayad ng utang sa bangko.
Actually, in our thoughts, in our prayers, we were already asking God, what is your plan for our family? We are in the middle of raising them, sending them to college, and we are still paying off many of our loans. During the CFC anniversary, Brother Arnel Santos gave us as a gift a statue of Our Lady of Banu,
The Lady of the
who is the Lady of the Poor. And at that time, we were looking at each other At ang sabi ko kay Tita Lourdes, mukhang bagay na bagay sa atin to because we are now so poor. But then again, we have seen the hands of God in that statue.
Gumagawa ako ng mga rosaries. Through my beads of faith, there are orders coming from that, and even the sisters in St. Joseph refer me whenever someone is asking. Kasi si Mama Mary talaga never fails to embrace us. Through rosary orders, through various people and even the church, and nakaraos kami ng hindi namin namamalayan.
In the course of my being unemployed for 9 months, the credit card companies and collection agencies, they were not stopping to, of course, to follow up and try to collect the amount from me. Kaya I used to receive a call even in the middle of the night, just to remind me of my financial obligation. Sometimes every hour, on the hour, just to follow up on my debts. It was really a very traumatic experience. And yet, at that time, we were already aware that God is helping us through our brothers and sisters in the community and by His own divine intervention. For example, some of our children have gotten a scholarship, academic, and as a varsity player. And also our own family in the Philippines were helping us tide over this very difficult situation in our life. There are times when Father Gandolf, the late former secretary of the bishop, used to call me to bring around the guests, priests in the vicariate. At that time, I already told Father Gandolf that, I lost my job. And so if he knows any opportunity, then please refer me. When I got my job in the vicariate, it was not like it was handed over to me. I had to go through the same process. We were maybe shortlisted to 4 or 5 candidates. But by God's grace, I got the job. And now, after working with the vicariate for 7 years, we can say that we are now reaping the harvest of God's gift to us. Nakatapos na yung mga anak namin. Aming eldest is now working as a missionary worker sa ating community. Married and also part of our CFC community. Our next son, Jonathan, is taking up his master's sa isang prominent university sa Pilipinas. And then our eldest daughter is working in a multinational audit company, Elizabeth.
And soon to be wed is coming October.
Yeah. And Christina is also working as a digital journalist in a big broadcasting company. Tuloy-tuloy lang ang service namin. After I ended my term with the National Council, we were appointed as YFC coordinators in our area. And then a year after, we have been appointed as Singles for Christ coordinators. We are also looking forward to our retirement in the Philippines. Retirement only in my work, but continuing to serve our brothers and sisters in the CFC Cavite.
Wala nga kaming plano, pero si Lord may plano. Kasi bagong kasal pa lang kami, dinala niya na kami sa community. All the while, kala namin yun lang. Pero nung nagkaroon na kami ng pamilya, nagkaroon din ng family ministries, hindi siya coincidence. It's God's plan na when we are starting a family, the family ministries is given as a gift to our community. Napakalaking tulong ng family ministry sa amin, sa pagpapalaki ng aming mga anak, sa paggabay sa kanila, sa paghubog sa kanila, at sa pagtuturo kung paano mahalin si Lord. So, mahal na mahal po namin ang family ministries dahil kung walang family ministry, siguro maging mas mahirap para yung itaguyod namin yung apat na naming anak habang nagsiserve.
Looking back, it was a realization for us. We started our marriage without really a very big plan for our family and for our life. And yet we have reached this point that the Lord has blessed us in many, many ways through His own plan, which was revealed to us not immediately but as the years go by. Many times during our marriage and in our service, during our service to the community, hindi namin makita yung plano talaga ni Lord for our lives, for our family. And there are times na we are also having some doubts. But after prayer, after trying to discern and understand the Lord's plan for our family, for us, we understand that that is not what the Lord has intended for us. We are called to serve Him in many ways, and we may be called in another place or area, but for us, we believe that He has planted us in this place to serve Him through His community. And for that, may God be praised, brothers and sisters. God bless us all.